Right here. Right here.
Oh, you have to look up that side. That's just sad.
That's the president.
I did it right?
Assad.
It's okay.
No.
Bashar al-Assad. Alright, next question. Yes, Quinn. So what year did he become president? 2000. Nice job. Next question. So we remember this. What did the army, what did the army do when demonstrators, yes, Cody?
I know it. You got it.
I think
You got it.
Yes.
Yeah, I
So the
should've read
demonstrators, so they followed the lead of what happened in like Egypt and some other countries. So they went to the streets and they were protesting. We want to get rid of our president, whatever they said. And then they sent the army out and they shot the protesters.
More than that.
Alright, next one. Right back there. Yes, Alawites. So 12%, but they've been controlling the country since the 1970s. Next one. Oh, Quinn, yes. Oh, you're already here. You might as well guess now, even if you don't know.
I know what it is, but I really don't. Yep.
The Sunnis, so they have, what was the percentage, do we remember?
74.
Yeah, they're 74% Sunnis, but unfortunately they don't run the show. Alright, next question. Oh yes, the hand was up.
Okay. Wait, I know.
I don't know.
So in the first 18 months of this war, which has been going on for a long time, how many people died? Oh, sorry. Yes, sir.
If it's not this, I'm gonna cry.
Oh, no.
Axe!
You gotta, oh, Cody, yes.
60.
Come on.
That's a lot of
It is
Well, I would've got it wrong.
60.
I would have got it wrong.
Good thing he didn't, the good thing he got his hands up first then.
I was not for something.
Cody, yes. Lisa. Alright, next question. Oh, right back here.
Yeah. Watch him get it wrong.
Yeah, watch me get it wrong.
Iran. So Iran is providing troops and guns as well. Alright, next one. Oh, Quinn.
Come on,
Wait,
watch me
wait.
get it wrong. Oh, I know.
Which is one of the countries that continues to block any international involvement. So why this country is why other people aren't getting involved, because they're voting with the United Nations, the UN.
Yeah, I'm gonna get this one wrong.
I think I know what it is. I think I know.
I just raised my hand so I'd be first, but
You are correct. Nice job. Does anybody remember the other one? There was two of them, Russia and
China.
China. Yes, Russia and China.
I'm surprised at that.
Next question. Yes. Why hasn't the United States become more involved?
Oh, wait.
I know.
I was like looking for the one that said it started another war. It didn't say it there. It's not finding. Oh
Yes, they have not found a rebel group they agree with. They have not found a rebel group they agree with, that they feel like that they have the same beliefs as. Alright, we got one more. Last question. Oh, Cody. If he is defeated, what do experts worry could occur?
no. Wait, what did you say? I know.
If Assad is defeated, what do experts worry could occur?
I can't find it, but I know what it is.
I can't put your hand on you.
I'm doing this. I'm waiting.
That's it.
Oh!
civil war with all rebel groups for power. Okay, good job, good job. Alright, very nice, nice work. Okay, so hey, this little piece of paper right here, make sure we keep it in our notebook because we're going to need it. So here's what we're going to do. We don't have a ton of time, but we are going to start reading this article right here, but we're going to do it as a class. We're not going to make it very far today because we don't have time. I'm actually going to read it to you today, but all you have to do is follow along while I read it. So this is the story of a family, and specifically a girl that lived in Syria, and what her experience was like.
This is below my left side.
This is what?
This is below my left side level.
Oh, is it?
I'm like higher.
Gotcha. You're way up there. Hey, let's make sure we know these words first, though. Do we know what these words mean? What does bustling mean, Cameron? Fast-paced and busy, yeah? Okay. So it's on your little thing, too, somewhere. Let's see, where's it at?
Oh, I didn't
Oh,
see
it's right there on the front. Fast-paced and busy. Luxury. What's a luxury? Yes, sir.
Something that makes life more comfortable.
Do we need it? Do we have to have it?
Makes it more comfortable.
Yeah, can you give me an example? Can anybody give me an example? Yes.
No.
What? Gucci?
A lot of money.
Gucci would be a luxury. You don't really need that to live, but some people want that. They
Little
like to
table.
have it. So long for. So if it says long for in here, it means you feel strong, like you wish you could be somewhere. Like I long for the beaches of California. Like I don't really have to be there, but like the idea of it, like I really want to go there. Enrolled, signed up or taking part. You enrolled at CLC. You claimed, meaning taking or put it into. Taken and put it. So if I claimed the land, I would take it. All right. So here we go. Section 1. I will read it to you. All you have to do is follow along. This is where we all should be, right here. So open it up. This is where we all should be to Cameron. Thank you, sir. All right. So imagine you have to leave your home, your friends, and your country behind. This is what happened to Danya and her family. They are among the world's 65 million refugees. Can you guys remind me, what's a refugee? Go ahead.
It's either a rescued person or someone that's going through like a camp.
Okay,
Punishment or something.
good. So kind of close there. Quinn, do you know? Cody, do you know? Cameron, do you know what a refugee is?
Huh?
Refugee, do you know what that is? What's that?
Like legal, probably. Like they like they're
So
cop farm or something. No.
kind of. So here's what a refugee is. If you live in a country or a place where you have to leave there because of a war, or maybe because of a natural disaster, like in the United States, sometimes we have hurricanes. Like a hurricane hit New Orleans however many years ago, and people couldn't live there anymore. It was really hard to live there, so they leave their home and they move somewhere totally new. And a lot of times they're not able to take a lot of their belongings with them. They just take minimal things, just the things they need to kind of like survive, and they move to a new place. So if there's a war, like in Syria, if we lived here in Golden and there was a war going on here, and we thought that we might die, and we're like, hey, we got to get out of here. We got to move somewhere new, a brand new place. We would be considered a refugee. Because then a lot of times, like I said, we wouldn't be able to take all our stuff with us. We've not grabbed some clothes and some important personal belongings, and that's really all that we could take. So you're forced to go live somewhere new. So that's what a refugee would be. So, not very long ago, Danya was a regular kid like you. She and her family inhabited a comfortable home in Syria, a country in the Middle East. Their backyard garden bloomed with olive trees and grapevines. Danya enjoyed being with her friends and attending school. She was proud of the gold stars she received for completing her homework on time. But in 2011, war broke out in Syria. Bombing attacks killed thousands of people. Danya's school closed after a bomb exploded next door. Finally, in 2013, Danya's city became so dangerous that her family faced the horrible decision: remain in Syria and risk death, or leave everything behind, their home, their friends, and their country. their choice became clear. They fled. So imagine bombs blowing up and buildings right next to you. That's pretty dangerous stuff. All right, flip it over. We're on this page now. We're going to read this page, and then we're going to be done for the day. We're going to kind of clean up and make sure everything's good. All right. Forced to leave. Suddenly, Danya and her family were refugees. People forced to leave their homes because of war, hunger, natural disasters, or other dangers. There are 65 million refugees in the world today, the highest number ever recorded. Refugees come from more than a dozen countries, mostly in the Middle East and Africa. Nearly 5 million refugees come from Syria alone, so quite a bit from just Syria. Refugees include wealthy families from bustling cities and farmers from tiny villages. There are kids who enjoy soccer,